This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 120 South Gretna Green Way, Los Angeles, California 90049. Today is January 19th, 2023. We're performing a video waste and sewer line inspection through a 2-inch cast iron waste line clean out. This goes out towards the front of the house, and again, this clean out is just below the kitchen window. There's a hose bib. We did attempt to run a mini cam through there and to see if we can actually push through the cast iron, and we were restricted, so we switched over to a micro camera. And what we're going to do is we're just going to zero out here, and we're going to pause our mic here, and we're just going to push through slowly and see if we can possibly get out maybe towards the front of the house and identify a mainline sewer clean out at the front of the house. Again, we're going to make a few turns. Again, what we'll do is just going to pause our mic here for a moment. Okay, we're going to pause here for a moment and locate this area. It did appear that we're transitioning to what appears to be vitreous clay sewer pipe, and we did appear to have an opening in that area. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and pulled back just a little bit more. We're just right at the cast iron waistline to vitreous clay transition, and you can see there just in front of us we do have an opening right around the 6 o'clock. That's actually the top of the pipe, and we did mark that area with a red flag in the plant area on the right hand side as you approach the front door. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. Again, we're just going to pause our mic here and just continue to push out as fast as we can, and when we pull back we'll take a good look. Again, we are using a micro cam, so it's very difficult to push out with a micro cam. So we're just going to pause our mic here. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and pushed out, and as we pushed out, were able to locate another mainline sewer clean out up at the front of the house. We're going to push back in just a little bit. You can see there we do have some root intrusion in that joint. It does appear to have a crack as well. So again, as I mentioned, we do have a full diameter crack in that joint there. A little bit of an offset. Again, we'll just continue to pull back. And again, we got a little bit of offset in that joint as well. Continue to pull back. And again, we're going to push back in just a little bit. And you can see here as well, you can see we have another crack in that joint as well. A little bit of root intrusion and a crack in that joint as well. So again, we'll continue to pull back.
This crack could create problems.
So again, as we continue to pull back, we're going to make a little bit of a turn. We'll continue to pull back. Again, we got fairly large offset there at the bottom. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. So again, to continue to pull back. And again, in that joint there, you can see that we do have another break in that joint as well. We continue to pull back, and again, as you can see in that joint there, you do have some more root intrusion with a break in that joint. Again, we'll continue to pull back. In that joint there, we got a good size offset. And as we pull back, we transition back into our cast iron waistline. Cast iron, that actually continued to push in. That is the short section of cast iron waistline. That is our mainline sewer cleanout at the front of the house. We did able to locate that area. We found it in the planter area, buried underneath a black sewer box, our sewer cover. And again, that is our cast iron mainline cleanout at the front of the house. So as we continue to pull back, we're still in vitreous clay sewer pipe. So again, we'll continue to pull back, and you can see we had some fairly large root intrusion in that area there coming in. So again, we'll continue to pull back, and it does have another full diameter crack. We'll pull back just a little bit. You can see the crack just behind the joint. There's another crack in that area as well. So again, we'll continue to pull back. Again, another offset in that joint as well. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And in that joint there, you can see that we do have another crack in that joint as well. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And again, you can see some swirl marks there, and those swirl marks are a good indication that the line had been hydrojetted. And again, in that joint, you can see we do have a crack in that joint as well. Some root intrusion, some crack in that joint as well. Again, we'll continue to pull back. And again, more root intrusion in that joint there. And another crack in that joint as well. Just behind the joint there, you can see we had another crack. Some more root intrusion. Again, we'll continue to pull back. Continue to pull back. Looks like some more root intrusion in that joint. And again, we did have to use our mini cam in order to get through to get out to this point to locate the mainline clean out. And again, we got an offset in that joint there. We got some more root intrusion coming in that joint. And it does appear to be a break in the vitreous clay sewer pipe. So again, we're just gonna go ahead and continue to pull back. Does appear to be a large offset as well. And as we pull back, that's right at our mainline clean out. We did mark that with the red flag at the front of the house at 1 foot 9 inches deep. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And we are in our cast iron waistline. And our cast iron waistline appears to have some buildup and some scaling throughout. We were unable to get our mini cam through there. Just a little bit of the buildup and the restriction, so we were unable to get through that point. So we did use our micro cam to get out to the front of the house and identify the clean out. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. You can see possibly they possibly have these lines cleaned as well. So again, we'll continue to pull back, and we're going to come up and out of our clean out. And what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to relocate ourselves to the front of the house, and we're going to push through out to the city sewer tie-in. So we're going to pause here.
I got on the clean out.
Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves just in the plant area, just to the left of the driveway, to a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout that is in the plant area, and that's our 4-inch ABS. what it is, it's just an ABS piece of ABS riser. It does transition down to cast iron, and this goes out towards the front of our property here. This goes towards our front porch and towards our driveway area. And we're going to zero out our camera monitor here at the top of the cleanout. Hold on. Okay, again, we're just going to pause our mic just to push out and get all the way out to our city sewer tie-in. And once we reach our city sewer tie-in, we'll pull back and take a good look. So we're going to pause our mic here. Okay, we're going to pull back just a little bit, and as you can see right here, we're going to pause here for a moment. This is our city sewer tie-in. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. So we'll pause here. Okay, again, we went ahead and attempted to locate our city sewer tie-in, but unfortunately it's a little bit deep. The house is elevated, and it is running down the street, and it is fairly deep, so we are losing our signal, but we did get a signal approximately around 12 to 13 feet deep. And again, that is our city sewer tie-in. So this is our saddle. We're just going to pull back slowly, take a good look. Got a little bit of concrete overpour in the saddle there. Again, a little bit of concrete overpour in that joint. Again, we'll continue to pull back. And got an offset in that joint from about the 9 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 3 o'clock. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. And again, another offset in that joint as well from the 9 o'clock going up and around to about the 3 o'clock. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And again, we do have another offset in that joint as well. So again, continue to pull back. And as we pull back, we do have some root intrusion in that joint there. You can see right around the 6 o'clock, a little bit around the 12 o'clock area. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And pull back slowly. And a little bit of concrete overpour in that joint. Nothing major. And again, some more root intrusion in this joint here as we pull back. You can see that we do have some more root intrusion. So again, we'll continue to pull back. That joint has got a little bit of root intrusion as well. And a little bit of root intrusion coming in that joint as well. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And that joint there had a little bit of root intrusion coming around the 9 o'clock. We're going to push back in just a little bit. It does appear that we pull back slowly. As we pull back, it does appear that it's possibly very difficult to tell with the sun glare, but continue to pull back, making a little bit of a turn. It appear to have a little bit of an offset, a little bit of intrusion coming in that joint as well. Again, the joint appeared to be in fair condition. Again, a little bit of an offset in that joint. Again, another little bit of offset in that joint. Again, we'll continue to pull back. And as we push back in a little bit, some of these joints we did call out. We did have some cracks in these joints, and you can see that we do have some pull back a little bit. You have some cracks. There's a crack in that joint there. And again, as we pull back, we did have a few cracks in the joints as we pull back onto the property. Again, more root intrusion, and that's where make a little bit of a turn, and again, more root intrusion and a crack in that joint there. Again, we'll push back in just a little bit. Try to rinse our camera. There we go. And as we pull back right here, you can see that we do have some more root intrusion in a crack. A little tight pushing through the cast iron clean out. And we pull up and out of our clean out, and that will conclude our video waste and sewer line inspection.